Here we are, people. Here we are, another day. Social media world, social media universe, internet land. We're here to talk about cryptocurrency. Today in this video, I am Crypto Wonder, the Crypto Wonder, and I'm here to talk about a smart contract that's written on the Ethereum blockchain. A smart contract that I've been talking about for quite a while, and I need to highlight a couple things. First of all, let's do some housekeeping. If you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe, like the video, share a comment, share a video with your friends. You can post that notification bell if you'd like, but YouTube is not always trustworthy in allowing people to know that videos are up and running. So, but definitely like, share, and subscribe. Let's talk about this specific smart contract that I've been enjoying. You know, people have called me specifically like a Gandhiji guy or a Gandhiji head, or you know, things of that nature. It's human nature, because people like to identify or, you know, give out names to individuals, whatever it is. And they've used it when I've heard on YouTube, social media, that, you know, I've been called a Gandhiji guy, like that's a bad thing, in a pejorative way, like that's just an offensive thing. It's supposed to shame me for. But because I understand how human behavior works, you know, I shrug it off, because that's not even important or relevant in the grand scheme of things when you're dealing with cryptocurrency. That's trying to bring a whole different idea and understanding to the world by way of freedom, not division, but freedom, not name calling and scamming and stealing and robbing and becoming sort of subversive and again creating vitriol for one another and hate and all this negative energy. This is about really creating opportunities to help people improve their overall lives. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. And you're looking at an example of a smart contract that highlights so many different aspects of what crypto is about. But because people, you know, they sort of like, they have, again, this herd mentality, because people are still held up on their egos, too prideful, right? Too concerned about how they appear and what they think, and always want to seem like they are right. Always want to seem that they're right and you're wrong, or they're better and you're not, and you're less than. This contract has gotten more criticism than it deserves, more critique, more vitriol and hate than it truly deserves. People don't know how to separate their personal feelings from fact. Jay-Z said, women lie, men lie, numbers don't. When you're dealing with cryptocurrency, you're dealing with mathematics. Mathematics. This is a contract that's been in existence since April 10th, 2018. And it's operating in the same way today that it was designed and developed to operate back then. And the math does not lie. The code does not lie. But because people are caught up in their emotions, are caught up in their personal feelings, are caught up in, again, hate. These personal feelings that people have towards the creator of this contract, of the community who's interacting with this contract. It's just a shameful, sad situation because they can't see the good that's actually been experienced in this contract. The good that's been distributed from dealing with this contract. Point blank, period. It's amassed all types of jokes, all types of just humiliation. It's been called a clone. It's been called a fake type of situation, as far as because it models after proof of weak hands, the original proof of weak hands. Oh, that it has its nuances and variations, its own, but it's 99% proof of weak hands contract. The proof of weak hands contract, there's excuse me, to date right now in the crypto space, as early as young as the space is, even P3D folded. P3D, the collective of developers who came with a contract after the original proof of weak hands, P3D folded. And they launched February 2018. And they purported to have, will forever be in existence, that they would never be destroyed. They're dead in the water. But because people can't stand the fact that the developer did something correctly. Now, the developer of this contract did something correctly to help address a fundamental problem that was going on with his countrymen, his lineage, to address those issues by way of censorship, by way of banning crypto and introducing this contract to break that through that block, through that challenge, because this contract is decentralized. It can't be shut down. There's no third party. I'm looking at the contract just like anyone else can look at the contract. And it's your interaction with the contract and invariably with the community as a whole can benefit just from playing with the contract. Not in playing in terms of scoring points or anything like that. I'm talking about using it from a practical perspective. And it works to date. And there have been so many contracts, so many YouTubers who used to talk about this contract and who jumped on other contracts that came to fight against this contract. they have all dissolved. They have all dissolved. And this one standing firm. And you're talking about 2018, the height of the bear market. Some crypto enthusiasts and quote unquote experts say 2018 was the worst year in the entire existence of the cryptocurrency market. You're talking about an average of negative 90%. That's when this contract was launched, and everyone who interacted in this contract since then and held on since then were up over 800%. Through the bear market of 2018, through 2019, and today, 2020. And how I got introduced to this contract was, of course, I was already in the crypto space, and we use social media as a tool to communicate, because that's how this works. Especially on YouTube. So many YouTubers who think I don't know who they are, but yeah, just like I know just everybody. You can't, it's a small space. Someone knows someone who knows someone, have criticized this contract, have talked down on this contract today, and they still can't accept the fact that it works. They still can't do it. You know what? That's just a telling sign. That's a microcosm of a macrocosm. It's just a small example of how far we have to go. But it's okay, because this thing right here can help other people who don't have to experience that negative energy from naysayers who have come and gone and are around or hiding in the shadows, throwing rocks at this contract. New people who come in, this is towards a message for the new people who might find this video some point in the future. When you come into the cryptocurrency space and you're looking at different blockchains and you find Ethereum and you discover smart contracts, hourglass, decentralized applications, and you stumble on this one right here, it will be working in the same fashion when you discovered that it was working when it was launched on April 10th, 2018. And you won't have to deal with the clone wars. You won't have to deal with the emotional immaturity from so many individuals who had petty attitudes and who lacked the long foresight, who lacked the mature foresight and forethought of what this contract can do and the success it can afford you and your loved ones directly. I spoke about this I spoke about this contract last 40 days ago, like a month and a half ago, in May. We're in June. I spoke about it in May. So this is not a video that I'm making just because this contract has pumped the last 2.5 days. I've been speaking about it when the cycle was up and when the cycle was down. Because you have to have a certain level of discipline that many people lack. A certain level of determination, a plan, a vision, and patience. When patience is not exercised in anything you do, you will lose. Just like many have lost already. But this is for the new people who are coming in. Recognize something good when you see it. Exercise patience so that the wealth from impatient can come to you as a patient person. And you'll be rewarded handsomely. The energy is great. So it's great You know, this is about really understanding what you're dealing with here. Really understanding what you're dealing with here, and leaving the nonsense by the wayside. Leaving the nonsense by the wayside. You have a situation, an opportunity is there in the midst of all the problems going on in the world, all the injustice, the health crisis, economic turmoil and problems. You know, this contract is providing opportunities to help people weather the storm. Literally, if you just allow yourself to be open, receptive, right? And just flexible. It widen your scope. Stop being so narrow-minded. Stop being so afraid, and take in the information. This is about information. This is not about me giving you advice to buy into something or invest. I'm talking about study this information here. This is something that's akin to the internet of 1992. Well, the internet was already being created, from what I understand, in the 70s. But when the internet hit and you had news correspondents and TV show hosts and co-hosts talk about how they would never deal with the internet, that was a form of Big Brother watching. They would not deal with emails. Why do we have to send electronic mail? We already have USPS postal service. We don't need electronic mail. We got messengers to ride their bikes. We have fax machines and all of that crazy stuff, because that talk, as we see now in hindsight, was crazy, and it was limitation. It was limiting the people. The people lacked foresight. Imagine if we had an opportunity to invest in the internet, like the TCP protocol, anything dealing with emails, right? Imagine if you had a piece of ownership of that. Imagine where we are. This thing that people were saying could not last. Just like, let's go a step further. What about television? Imagine, when TVs came out, black and white. What's a TV? Why do we need this for? We don't need this box that's showing images through this screen. What's that for? Why do we need cars? Why do we need this machine that has some kind of a metal around it with 4 funny looking objects, round circles, that's moving us from point A to point B? We have our horse to use. We have, the horse could take us around. I mean, really. You talk about folks that just are suffering. But in hindsight, if you had the opportunity, knowing now, right? Knowing what we know now, if we had a chance to look back, wouldn't we want to have a piece of the internet? When people, and then folks, is bigger than just about a stock too. But of course, wouldn't you want to have a piece of Apple, a piece of Facebook, when they were a fraction of what they are now? I mean, a fraction of a fraction. Amazon, Google, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? This is just another opportunity that's being presented to itself, where people, if you really look at what you're looking at here, and I can't get into the detail right now of how this works. I'm just sharing information. Eliminate your feelings. Eliminate your insecurities. Those who judge me as being holier than thou, you're a fool. Sorry to say it, man. It's a foolish thing to say. Why? Because this contract that I've been talking about has helped people who've gotten into the contract experience gains through staking, gains by earning cryptocurrency. So if that's what being holier than thou is about, then hey, I'm not going to stop talking about something that works. I prefer to talk about something that works than prefer to speak about scams or projects that have a short shelf life. in the cryptocurrency world. You know how people say, I'm going to jump into this project, you know, within the last 180 days, I amassed 60x, 80x, 100x, but they can't really, they hope, because there's no track record to support what's going on. Not like this has a 26-month track record. Their projects that they're talking about, these other projects that they're talking about, they're praying, you know, nothing is forever. But because it's been so solid, this project, it can't be hacked, it's decentralized, immutable, etc., etc., been functioning today the same way it was designed to function in April 2018, you pretty much have an idea of where this can go. But these other projects, it's a hope and a prayer. Hopefully you just get in and get out and get your money. Look, I'm not hating, but don't hate on a contract that just has a more conservative approach. Folks have said this contract is dead. Folks have said this contract is just too slow. It is what it is. You know, you have a taste or a penchant for something real fast. Get in quick, get money quick, and get out quick. That's you. But don't, you know, judge others who like myself. Well, you know what? You could judge me. I really don't. It doesn't matter. Because you can't make everybody happy. It doesn't matter. You're going to get critique and vitriol either way. Like I said, if you don't amass some type of hate, then that means you're doing something wrong. And I'd rather stand on and err on the side of caution. If you're going to hate me for liking Gandhi, it is what it is. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. It just shows me you know, you're completely insecure, emotionally immature, and you lack vision and foresight. And we're talking about freedom here, right? We're talking about something that can last a long time. No, people are just like, let me come up today and worry about tomorrow when it comes. You know what type of stress that brings? You know what type of level of high anxiety where you just got to be glued to your computer, you hustling to get this money, however you make it, what effects that has on your body, on your mindset, the stress level, because you don't know if this project is going to pull the plug on you. I mean, just, you want to live in that state, by all means, you got the freedom to do that. You want to live in those types of conditions, that type of energy, that's fine. But this is not what this brings over here. You talk about calm and relax. I prefer slow than fast money that's gonna burn out quick. Fast opportunities that's just gonna come and go. They don't last. They don't last. What has lasted that just afforded a multitude of money all the time? Like think about it, people. What in crypto has lasted that has given nothing but big bank a payday constantly for 2 years straight? Straight. I'm not saying this contract has, because there's moments, again, it's cyclical in nature where it goes up and it goes down. There's moments where the distribution is not the same. We're not at that point yet. We're ahead of the curve. It's not the same. Where you could get to a point where you can actually make some serious changes in your life just from the distribution of dividends. We're not there yet. The folks are just no, this is, you want to appeal and appease, you have, that's why a lot of people end up losing. How many times you've heard people have lost so much money in cryptocurrency? The greed factor. The greed factor. It is what it is. You don't think I've lost? I've learned though. I talk where I talk because I'm speaking from a perspective of experience. I've learned. I don't listen to the same old nonsense where you just have people who just talk about the same thing. Talk about the same thing, and they show you through the pattern. I experienced, and from the losses and mistakes I made, I learned from them. I found this right here. I can add this to whatever I have else going on, just like anyone who gets in can do that and enjoy what they receive from the distributions and earnings from this said contract, etc. And move forward and share. Why wouldn't you want to share good experiences with other people? Oh no, but it's zero sum. It's too late. It's too late to get into this. Yeah, you're speaking foolish. People just don't understand what they're talking about. They think they do. They get all emotional, and they take that as their truth. That this is too late. I mean, come on, man. It's too late. Yeah, it's too late. Y'all could be late if you want. Could be late if you want. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You just shows people that they don't understand. It's too late. This thing's been in existence 26 months. If you got in a month ago and you held on till today, would you be talking that too late talk? If you got in a week ago and you held on through today, would you be talking that too late? Like, it's just, I'm just sharing with people who find this video as far as new eyes and folks who are interested in cryptocurrency, the new viewers, the people who will get into the market and want to learn about Hourglass, want to learn about Ethereum, want to learn about smart contract. The information is out there, and this is one of the solid contracts that has been running and existed since its inception with no hiccups at all. You don't hear about how this contract it just created other types of side contracts added to it, and all the other side contracts have their own issues, but they're not really working in the same, or they're not delivering the same, or it's just people just try to kind of like see what's successful, then take it and create something else. And while they're creating something else and working whatever new thing they got going on, they throw daggers at this one right here. And then tell the ones that's supporting this contract that they're holier than... Bruh. Just include... Have some type of self-love, man. If you really care about yourselves, if you really care about yourself, throughout all this craziness that's going on in the world, man, and whatever, it's not even gonna be a political stance, but if you really, if you're in this market, it's because you're looking for another way, whatever that may mean to you. And if you care about yourself, why wouldn't you want to add something that's working, to add to your arsenal of another way to help you succeed? And leave your feelings and emotions at the door, man. Because you're blocking your own blessings without even, like, you just, come on, man. You're allowing your pride and your... but forget about that. We're not going to, look. Check this out. This contract here, man, is the truth. Just is. Just is. So even if you have to interact with it on a quiet tip, on a quiet note, play the background. Hey, it is what it is. You're free to do that. You're free to do whatever. You're free to do whatever, man. And again, when they talk about crypto's revolutionary, and these times are sort of somewhat revolutionary, why not interact with cryptocurrency to really make your voice heard by certain powers that be? But that's a topic for another discussion. You heard? Alright, so that's it. Learn about Bitcoin, learn about Ethereum, learn about some of these crypto projects that are out here making waves and making changes. Hopefully you can benefit from it. Take care.